Okay, so this is just a little video to show you how to start your chunky blanket. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can switch this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I might just try to rest this like this. Okay, we'll see how that does. Okay, so here's your yarn ball. And the yarn piece that you want to start with is always tucked in the middle like that. So you're just going to pull that out. Okay, so that's really the beginning of your yarn, what you're going to use. And the first step that you want to do is you want to take your yarn and you're going to make a loop. You want to do a loop through that and then pull that through. So you have one of these, kind of like a slip knot. Okay, so you're going to pull that down so it's not very big. And my thing is always to try to make the loops when you're first starting the chain. So you're going to make a chain. You want to make your loops kind of loose. So I use my 3 fingers like this. And all you do is you take your next yarn piece and you pull it through like that and make another loop. Okay. So you have another loop, and then you're going to take another yarn piece and pull it through that and make another loop. Okay, and you're going to do this loosely, and you need to count. Okay, so with the chunky blankets, depending on how wide you want it and how many yarn balls, I don't know what you call these yarn balls you have, you need to count how long you want your chain to be. So 24, 25 would be a typical length. With 24, you'll probably get, you might need 6 to 7 balls of yarn. If you do longer, like a 30, which is a little wider, you're going to need 8 to 9 balls of yarn. So this is the third. I do believe that's right. So again, I'm just going to pull it through, do another loop. That's 3. I'm going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I am making them a little bit loose because I want you to see. I'm going to unroll some of these. Because what you're going to do, 7, 8, 9, again loose with all 3 fingers, 10, loop it through, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, through 16, 17, 18, 19, through 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, if I wasn't trying to show this to you, I'd be doing this flat on the table, but I'm trying to show you what I'm doing. That's 24, 25, 26, 27. I'm trying to decide if I want to stop there. I kind of have a weird loop in here. 27. 27. I'm trying to determine how wide to do this one. I think I'm gonna do 27. Okay. So then I got my chain done. You can see it's all done. There's 27 loops in the chain. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and do a loop, another loop. That's not going to be 28. It is 28 on the chain, but I'm turning it up, pointing it up like this. Okay. oh, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So that the next loop I do is actually going to reverse, and I'm going to take it and go and pull it up through the chain so that it's a loop like this. Okay, so here's the 28th loop, and then I'm pulling this through the chain and making a loop just like that. See? So I'll leave my chain down. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my chain and I'm going to pull it up through the next loop like that. So now you see I have, this is the 28th loop, and then this is the next one in, and then this is the next one in. So I'm going to create loops all along the chain like that. Okay, and you can count them to make sure that you have the right amount. And if you, it's very easy to like rip apart if you get like confused and you're not sure what number you're on and it's a mess. You can take it and rip it apart. Okay, it makes more sense once you get done with this part here, and you're making your loops, and you see it all the way through, all the way along on the chain. You'll see it kind of makes more sense, like what you're doing. Okay. But again, I'll show you this. I'm going to make a couple of them. I know you can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I want to make a couple of them so that you can see. I'm going to do a couple more. Actually, I think I'm going to probably end up tearing this one apart because I have a weird loop in here that I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's because I was busy. Yeah, I've got some weird thing there. Okay, so so then you can see I've got this chain of loops. And so I'm going to go all the way to the end and make a chain of loops like that. And then you create an extra one, and then you just come back and weave in the loops. So then when I come back, I will be taking a loop like this and going into the loop like that. Okay, creating the 3-finger and go into the next loop, create the 3-finger. So you see then I'm creating the next row. And then it's just a chain that goes up your blanket. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's a little bit of how you get started with your chunky blanket.